lean on us.
We are here for you.
You matter.
You are not alone.
Are you feeling overwhelmed? Not sure where to turn? The National Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is there for you 24/7. Call or text 988 or chat at 988sc.org. Whether you're having an emergency or you know someone who needs support now, they can help you take the next step towards finding hope and healing.
There is hope. 988sc.org.
Thinking about starting a new fitness or weight loss program? I've got a story you have to hear. I'm Lacey Green, a super trainer with Body. I had a client who came to me because she was really frustrated that every gym or trainer she tried made her feel bad because she was a beginner. She had tried it all, and she just felt humiliated. And that's when we started working together, and I took her through my 3-week program called For Beginners Only. Once she realized that she wasn't the problem and that she just needed the right program, she started to get results, and now she's completely unstoppable and feeling so confident. And I can do the same for you. On the Body app, subscribers lose 5 to 10 pounds consistently in their first month, and I bet you will too. And right now, I'm inviting you to sign up for a 1-year subscription to Body, and I'll give you $100 of in-home fitness equipment for free. But this is a limited time offer for the next 500 beginners who want to get started. So to get your $100 in free gear right now, just go to body.com. That's body with an I.com. Again, BODI.com.
This episode from the life of Sherlock Holmes will be transmitted to our men and women overseas by short wave and through the worldwide facilities of the Armed Forces Radio Service. Petri Wine brings you Basil Rathbone and Nigel Bruce in the new adventures of Sherlock Holmes. The Petri family, the family that took time to bring you good wine, invite you to listen to Dr. Watson tell us another exciting adventure he shared with his good friend, that master detective, Sherlock Holmes. And if you ask me, the best way to listen to that story is to do it with a glass of port wine right handy. Petri California port. No kidding, that Petri port is just swell for any time good friends get together to talk things over. You couldn't ask for a more delicious wine. Why, just looking at the deep, rich red color of that Petri port tells you that here's a wine with a flavor that comes right from the heart of sun-ripened grapes. If you haven't ever tried Petri port, well, why not get a bottle and have a glass after dinner tomorrow night? It's the perfect after-dinner wine, you know. And share that port with your family and your friends. Don't forget, when you serve Petri port, you can serve it proudly. Because, after all, the name Petri is the proudest name in the history of American wine. And now let's keep our weekly appointment. Good evening, Dr. Watson.
Good evening, Mr. Basil. Draw up a chair.
Thanks.
Came up in August. Baker Street was like an oven. The glare of the sunlight and the brickwork of the house across the street was almost painful to the eye. Our blinds were half drawn, and Holmes lay curled on the sofa, reading and rereading a letter which had just come in by the morning post.
Close the tea and a breath of air.
How about an outing among the graves of the New Forest, or basking on the shining beach of the South Coast?
Yes, quite poetic, Watson? How about a trip to Croydon?
Croydon? Croydon.
Because at the moment it's the only place that lure me away from the attractions of London. Oh, well, we can combine business with pleasure.
Well, I know to catch him somewhere. Well, what's been happening at Croydon?
Well, it seems that a Miss Susan Cushing, living at Cross Street, Croydon, received a package by yesterday morning's post.
Oh, what's your news about that, Holmes? Thousands of packages must be delivered daily by
Possibly, Watson, possibly. But not with such gruesome content. I've just received a note from Inspector Lestrade. He asks me to go down and take a look at that package. Scotland Yard seems to feel that it's the result of a particularly revolting practical joke. What do you say, Watson? Can you rise to carry it to the heat and run down to Croydon with me?
Shall I? I've been wanting something to do.
Good. Well, suppose you ring for our boots and tell Mrs. Hudson to order a cab.
Croydon is certainly less oppressive than London, eh, Holmes?
Yes. Nice, tidy street, this. Neat little houses with their whitened stone steps. That must be Miss Susan Cushing's house up ahead. One next to the corner. I've ordered to expect us.
Yes, she is waiting for us on the doorstep. At least I judge that her attitude. She seems to be expecting us.
Yes. Placid-faced little woman with large, gentle eyes and wearing hair. I wonder how she mixed up in a case like this. Good afternoon. Miss Susan Cushing, I presume?
Oh, yes. And you're Mr. Holmes, I'm sure. Won't you come in, gentlemen?
Thank you, Miss Cushing. May I introduce my friend and colleague, Dr. Watson?
I am delighted to know you.
Mine, madam.
Won't you come into the parlor, gentlemen? So, please, sit down.
Thank you. Well, Miss Cushing, is there something we can do for you?
Oh, yes, Mr. Holmes. I wish you'd take that dreadful box away. Inspector Lestrade insisted on leaving it here until he came. He thought you might want to ask me some questions, but I know nothing whatever about
I
it.
quite understand, Miss Cushing. I have no doubt that you've been annoyed more than enough already over this business.
Indeed, I have, Mr. Holmes. I'm a quiet woman, and I live a quiet life. It's got me so I'm afraid to stay in the house alone night.
Yes, I no wonder. I hope you won't consider me impertinent if I live here alone, particularly as you have two sisters.
Why, yes, I have two sisters, Mr. Holmes. Sarah and Mary. But how did you know?
A picture on the mantelpiece. The two young ladies and the young man standing between them. The family resemblance was quite marked.
Oh, of course. That picture was taken at Liverpool just a few days before Jim Browner eloped with Mary. That same picture, Mary's the one on his left. She was the baby of the family.
The other one is Sarah, I take it.
Yes, she was the beauty of Sarah. We all thought it was her that Jim was after. She was pretty crazy about him, too, but I guess he made the better choice. Sarah's disposition wasn't any too easy to live with. I often wondered how he stood having her in a house as long as he did.
But, I thought you said it was Mary who this Mr. Browner married.
So I did, Mr. Holmes. But soon after they were married, Sarah went to live with them in Liverpool, and I have a sneaking suspicion it was Sarah who caused most of the trouble.
I see.
When he first met Mary, he was kind and considerate. Oh, he was crazy about her right enough, but somehow it didn't last. He grew more and more irritable, and whenever he lost his temper, he'd go stark, staring mad. First thing I heard, he quarreled with Sarah and turned her out of the house. Got her meddling, I suspect, and gave her a piece of his mind. Well, after that, she came here to live with me for a bit, but that didn't last long either. She's taken a house at New Street, Wellington. She's not easy to get on with, Mr. Holmes.
I see. And did this Mr. Browner change after your sister Sarah left him and Mary?
That I don't know, Mr. Holmes. You see, Mary stopped writing me when Sarah moved here. I guess Jim wouldn't let her.
Jim was a steward, I gather, from the uniform in that picture.
Oh, yes, that was his trade. He was on the South American line when that picture was taken. And yes, I am telling you all about my family troubles, and it's that dreadful box you've come about.
Yes, so it is. You haven't any suspicion as to who may have sent it?
That I haven't, Mr. Holmes. Unless it was some lodgers I had here last spring. Medical students they were, from Belfast. The box was postmarked Belfast, you see, and Inspector Lestrade seemed to think it might be them. They were always up to some tricks, but, never anything like this, Mr. Holmes.
I see. Well, suppose you let us have a look at that box, Miss Cushing.
It's out in the back shed, Mr. Holmes. I won't keep it in the house, that I won't. Oh, I wish you'd take it away altogether. This way, gentlemen. You'll pardon me if I don't go with you. I can't bear to look at the nasty things again.
I quite understand, Miss Cushing.
Thank you, gentlemen. I'd be honored if you and Dr. Watson would stop in for a bit of tea after you've finished.
We'd be delighted, Miss Cushing. I've seen that confounded box and everybody's so upset about it.
Your curiosity, Watson. You'll see soon enough. Come on, down the path. Shed door seems to be unlocked.
That was Sherlock Holmes. Over there on that work table.
Yes, let's have a look at it. But strange. Exceedingly interesting. What do you make of this string, Watson?
Well, it's been tarred.
Precisely. A piece of tarred twine. Miss Cushing has had the good judgment to cut the cord, leaving the knot intact. Yes, this knot is of a peculiar character.
Anything so peculiar about it? It's very neatly tied, strong and sturdy.
Tied by a seafaring man, Watson, by a seafaring man. Now for the paper. Brown paper. There's a distinct smell of coffee.
I don't smell anything.
My sense of smell and taste is more acute than yours, Watson. I've trained my faculties, while you allow yours to run riot. Mine are sensitive, alert.
Rubbish.
Address printed in straggling characters. Miss F. Cushing, Cross Street, Croydon. Miss F. Cushing. Enlightening, Watson, most enlightening. No, I suppose not. The parcel was sent by a man. The printing was distinctly masculine. Probably a sailor. His education is limited.
Of course, it's perfectly clear. Now, to put it up.
Quite, Watson, quite. Now the box itself. A half-pound tobacco box. Remove the lid, Watson, will you? That's it.
Well, here been a lot of rough salt, the kind that's used to preserve hides.
Look at it. There's something embedded in it. Yes. Look at this, Watson. Look at this.
Heavens, Holmes, it's 2 ears, 2 human ears. How perfectly revolting. So that's what Miss Cushing was so upset about. I can't say that I blame her.
Yes, a nice package to send to a respectable spinster lady. You observe, of course, that the ears are not a pair.
Of course, one's a woman's ear pierced for an earring, and the other's a man.
Sunburned, discolored, and also pierced for an earring. The ear of a seafaring man.
I'm sure you don't think that any sailor would cut his own ear and visit Miss Cushing.
Certainly not, Watson. The ear belongs to one man, the package was sent by another.
But both sailors, what about the Lestrade sailors that this, this was a joke perpetrated by the medical student?
Watson, you were once a medical student. If you were going to cut the ears from 2 subjects in the dissecting room and send them to someone as a joke,
I wouldn't think of doing such a thing.
No, of course not, Doc. But if you did, I mean, would you preserve them in salt?
Salt? No, that was out ages ago.
I thought so. Moreover, if you notice, the ears have been cut off with a blunt instrument. Too clumsy to be the job of a medical student. This is no practical joke when investigating. It's a particularly gruesome crime.
You mean that 2 people have been murdered?
Yes, it stands to reason they must be dead. Well, we should have heard their story by now. Because it was actually... Miss Cushing is waving to us from her sitting room window. Tea is ready.
I'm sorry, don't open that tea is up to the I must say I don't understand this case. Why did the murderer send those ears to Miss Cushing? He must have had some strong reason.
Wanted to tell her the deed was done to cause her pain.
But in that case, she must have never sent it. If she knew, why call the police in? Why not bury the ears so that nobody would be any the wiser? Either Miss Cushing knows nothing about it, and therefore can't tell the police, or she knows everything and doesn't want to mention his name.
And you both suppositions correct?
Yes, but I don't understand.
Did it ever occur to you, Watson, that there are 2 Miss S. Cushing, Miss Susan and Miss Sarah? The box was meant for Sarah, but Susan opened it by mistake.
Yes, but
the gentleman who sent it believed that Sarah was still living with Miss Susan Cushing.
In that case, Sarah must know who the murderer is.
Right. She understands so well that she's had a complete nervous breakdown.
Yes, but I thought that Miss Cushing said that her sister lived in Wellington.
So she did, Watson. So she did.
If you want to find out who the murderer is, why not go to Wellington? Why drag me off to Liverpool like this in the middle of the night?
Because, Watson, I don't need to find out the name of the murderer. I know it. But, furthermore, I'm confident that my conclusions are correct. That I sent the name of the guilty party to Inspector Lestrade. Unfortunately, you'll not be able to apprehend the criminal until tomorrow afternoon.
You're talking nonsense. Why, you don't even know who the murdered man and woman are.
And again, Watson, or rather, partly wrong. I know who the woman was.
Who?
Miss Susan Cushing's sister. You saw the feathered female here, Watson, and you saw Miss Cushing's here. There's a marked family resemblance. The same broad curve of the upper lobe, the same convolution of the inner cartilage.
I'm blessed. Look here, if the package was sent to Sarah, it couldn't have been earlier.
Right. Therefore, it must have belonged to the other sister, Mary.
And the man's here. Who is he?
That's what we've come to Liverpool to find out.
Where can we get our information from at this hour of the night?
Here you are, sir. This is the house.
care for us, will you, Gary?
Oh, I'll give you.
This is where we begin our inquiries, Watson. The house of Mr. Jim Browner.
Yes,
I know, Watson, I know. Just let me do all the talking, will you?
Hello? Anybody home?
Who's there?
Two gentlemen with a message for Mrs. Browner.
I say, home.
He's not at home.
Very well, then, I'll speak to Mr. Browner.
He's not at home neither. He's away on his ship.
Well, I must speak to someone. It's a police affair, understand? A matter of life and death.
Oh, Lord Governor. I opened the door at once. Just you right there.
How would you tell the girl Mrs. Browner's been murdered?
No, certainly not. You know that. Here she comes.
Step in, gentlemen. Step in. Oh, was that relieved when I saw who you was? I thought maybe I was in, come back again.
Jim? What do you mean?
In, the master, Mr. Browner. His ship's not due till tomorrow, but after what happened on Tuesday, you never know. And she ain't come back yet neither. The missus, I mean. I wouldn't want to be the one to have to tell him she'd been away from home since last
Yes, I see what
Tuesday.
you mean. Just what did happen on Tuesday?
Tuesday? Why, that was the day the missus went off to New Brighton with that Alex Fairburn. In the master can't abide.
Alex Fairburn. Who's he?
He's a mate on the master service. Swaggering sort of fella. I haven't much use for him, I haven't. Miss Sarah, that's Mr. Browner's sister, the one who used to live with us. It was Miss Sarah who brought him to the house because she knew Mr. Browner had no use for him.
Yeah. She did it to irritate Mr. Browner.
Yes, she did. She was funny that way. She could take it at night and get him upset. But it wasn't till Mr. Fairburn started being sweet to the missus that he went on him downstairs. Finally, he told her, Miss Sarah that is, to keep Mr. Fairburn out of the house, or he'd send her one of his ears for a keepsake.
That's Mr. Fairburn.
Yes, sir. And he carried on something terrible when he lost his temper. But it wasn't till last Tuesday that I saw how bad he could be. Lord lovers, what a day that was, to be sure.
And what happened on Tuesday?
Oh, he was terrible. He swore he'd do me if I dared so much as to breathe it to a soul. But I'd been a thinking it over, I had. And I ain't so sure I oughtn't to tell somebody. What with Mrs. Browner not coming home and all.
Quite right. Suppose you tell us.
Well, it was Tuesday. Mr. Browner had started on his run up to their house that morning. Leastwise, we thought he had. Along about 10 o'clock, I sees that Mr. Fairburn drive up to the door all smiles and a turn of a start. He don't get out of the cab, just sits there and waits. And pretty soon, Mrs. Browner comes slipping down the stairs and says, "You're not going out with that Mr. Fairburn, are you?" "Why not? What will Mr. Browner do if he finds out?" "But he won't find out, Millie. I'm sure there's nothing wrong about it. We're just going down to New Brighton for the day." "That Mr. Browner?" "Oh, there's brother Mr. Browner. Besides, Sarah is right. A woman with a beautiful husband is entitled to a little pleasure now and then. I'll be home by 9 in the latest." "Oh, I wish she wouldn't do it. I don't trust that Mr. Fairburn. I don't trust him at all."
Hello, Millie. Didn't expect to see me back again so soon, eh? Mary! Oh, Mary, I'm back. What's wrong, Millie? You look as if I were a ghost.
No, sir. I was just surprised, that's all. I wasn't expecting you back so soon.
The hogs had got loose and opened up one of the plates. Listen, to develop into quite a leak. We had to put back into port. Well, we sail again in 12 hours. Mary! Oh, Mary! Oh, where the deuce is she?
She's gone out, sir.
Marketing?
No, sir. She's gone to New Brighton for the day.
To Brighton? She didn't tell me she was going there. Look here. That wasn't Mary I passed in the street riding in the cab with that swine servant.
Sir, this is...
Oh, so that's it. My own wife gone to Brighton with Alex Fairburn. Thought they could fool me, did they? I warned her what I'd do if she ever saw him again, and by heaven I'll do it.
Oh, sir, you won't do nothing, eh?
Oh, won't I?
Mr. Browner!
And as for you, Billy, if you ever so much as tell a soul that I came home today, I'll slit your throat from ear to ear. First, brother. You're bound to meet the Major, of course. She docks at 3 o'clock, and you've forgotten. We must apprehend Brown before he has a chance to escape.
We're flying around those filthy docks in spreading sun.
No, thank you.
I shall stay quietly here and do my perspiring at home.
Johnson has kept private and murdered his wife. And from his word, he's a dangerous criminal. You can't let him go barging about. Free to murder other people.
The intention of letting him remain at large, Watson, but arresting Brown is a routine piece of business, after all, which allows Scotland Yard to do something to earn its ridiculous salary. Yes, I sent word around to Inspector Lestrade. I fancy you down on the docks at this very moment, giving his paws a nice workout. Yes. But even so, I doubt very much that he'll be able to consummate his bit of routine business.
Well, you mean that you think that Brown has escaped?
No, Watson. No.
And did Mr. Browner escape, Dr. Watson? Yes, Mr. Berry, he did, but not in the way that I anticipated. You see, he committed suicide just before the Mayday reached port.
Poor devil.
Yes, they found his corpse with a letter beside it in which he confessed to having committed the double murder. It seems that he followed them to New Brighton. It was a hot day, and they rented a rowing boat, thinking it would be cool out on the water. There was a haze, and Browner rented another boat. And when they were out of sight off the shore and surrounded by fog, he overtook them, killed them, cut off their ears, and sent the boat.
I brought you a case of Petri wine, and I suggest that we start on it right now with a glass of port.
What a fellow.
And what a wine. Petri wine. You know, that's really good because the Petri family has been making fine wine since the 1800s. For generations, ever since they started the Petri business, the Petri family has been turning luscious California grapes into fragrant, delicious wine. And during all that time, they've been handing on down from father to son, all their skill and knowledge and experience. The Petri wine you buy today is a result of all that skill and knowledge and experience. That's why you can't go wrong when you choose a Petri wine, because Petri took time to bring you good wine.
Now, Dr. Watson, how about a tip on next week's adventure?
Let me see. Next week, I think I'll tell you how Holmes broke into the house with Mr. Josiah Elmer there.
Well, what was he looking for, Dr. Watson?
Robins, Mr. Vernon. 2 men robbers.
Ladies and gentlemen, you've been listening to a Sherlock Holmes adventure, The Cardboard Box, by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. The dramatization was by Edith Meiser. Mr. Rathbone appeared through the courtesy of Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer, and Mr. Bruce through the courtesy of Universal Pictures. Both are now starring in Universal Pictures' Sherlock Holmes series. Tune in this station each week at the same time for further adventures of Sherlock Holmes, presented by the Petri Wineries of San Francisco. Try Petri wine, and you'll taste the difference, because Petri took time to bring you good wine.
Calling all partners. Losing weight is better together with Nutrisystem's Partner Plan. In fact, people who diet together lose 20% more weight than dieting on their own. Get new premium meals with up to 30 grams of protein. They're big and filling and taste delicious. Plus, try our new restaurant faves that taste like your favorite restaurant, portioned with half the calories. Don't wait. You could win big cash during Nutrisystem's Better Together Partner Plan 100K giveaway. And maybe win the grand prize of $25,000. Just go to Nutrisystem.com/thin right now and get 50% off plus an extra $50 off your first month. You heard me right. Go to Nutrisystem.com/thin right now and get 50% off plus an extra $50 off. Don't wait. This partner plan offer will not last long. Just go to Nutrisystem.com/thin right now and get 50% off plus an extra $50 off. Go to Nutrisystem.com/thin. See website for details on our 2-month subscription offer. No purchase necessary. Open only to U.S. residents over 21. Void where prohibited. Runs December 25 through April 4th, 2022. For official rules, visit Nutrisystem.com. Sponsored by Nutrisystem, Inc.
Hello, it is Ryan, and we could all use an extra bright spot in our day, couldn't we? Just to make up for things like sitting in traffic, doing the dishes, counting your steps, all the mundane stuff. That is why I'm such a big fan of Chumba Casino. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere with daily bonuses. That should brighten your day a little. Actually, a lot. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com. That's ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
Okay, round two. Name something that's not boring.
A laundry? Ooh, a book club. Computer solitaire, huh?
Ah, sorry. We were looking for Chumba Casino. That's right. ChumbaCasino.com has over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.